Nike check when I slide in. Check it. No high end, but I'm the flyest. Didn't say it kindly. They walking down the aisles, pushing buttons like try me.
All right. Well, we back at it with another interview. Today we are here with a friend of Papi Mose from the first interview. Go watch that if you haven't done so already. My name is Marley MBS from Planet Zero, and yeah, I'll just let my very special guest go ahead and introduce himself.
Big Buku, 22 in the house. You already know how it go. That's, you know what I mean? Ain't nothing but a thing. We're here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. As I said before we started this interview, this has been like, we have been planning to do this for around like 3 weeks at this point or something like that. But
madness, bro.
It's been, yeah, exactly. It's been so crazy because I'm in Copenhagen right now and you're in Arizona, right?
Yep, Arizona, yeah. United States.
Exactly. So we live in two very different parts of the world, and the time zones got us all fucked up. Like right now it's about 3 p.m. at my place. What's the clock at your place?
It's about like 6 in the morning.
All right, so you're either you're either waking up very early or going to bed very late.
Now we stay up, bro. I'm 24s on this shit, bro. Like I'm always working.
You always go to bed this late?
Yeah, because more of the time, like I spend a lot of time on like screens and stuff, but it's never like bullshitting or wasting time. Like, you know, like I'm always either editing something and it'll keep me up till, you know, all hours of the night, or, you know, I mean, I'm networking on my Instagram, or, you know what I mean? Just different things like that'll, from the, you know, the naked eye, it looks like I'm just sitting on my phone till, you know, all hours of the day, but I'm actually, you know, low key working.
Yeah. What you working on at the moment? What's your biggest project?
Bro, right now we got some hot shit steaming up. I'm coming out with an EP basically as the first American artist to make UK drill with their lingo and their with an English accent.
Oh, you're doing the English accent?
Yeah.
Oh wow, can you just do one? Can I get a preview of the accent?
Of course, man. You know that we over here doing big things. I got singing up, take any man down. You get me?
Bro, honestly, I love that so much. Like, I love American rap. Like I've been a fan of that for like I don't even know how long, since like forever. But at the moment I'm actually listening to UK drill and UK grime and just UK music way more. So like I fuck with that heavy. That's amazing.
Dude, I fell in love with the genre, bro, because there's like an American saying is like, if you know, you know.
Yeah.
So where you could say something and only the people who know understand what you're truly saying.
Yeah.
And that's how the entire genre of UK drill is. And I love it because they'll straight up say, you know, who, what, when, and exactly what they did, you know, either killing, you know, whatever the fuck they was doing.
Yeah.
The way that they talk and their words for stuff, they just hide it in plain sight. It's beautiful. You know what I mean? Americans are dumb as hell. We'll throw an obvious ass fucking blue bandana over our face and go kill somebody. Like,
yeah. Honestly, that's also what I like about like UK rap. Like, I'm not trying to diss American rap or American general, but I feel like UK rap has a lot more meaning behind the lyrics in this generation. It's way more lyrical, and there's way more texture behind it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Who's your favorite artist from the UK?
From the UK, I have to say either A92 with their an Irish group. They're killing it. Or,
Irish music.
Probably Young A6. He's really good.
Yeah. And they're both like drill artists.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, like I'm so excited for this. I can't wait to hear that. That's got me like, that's so unique, and that's also why I initially started to fall in love with Buku, your group. I think you got such a unique sound and such a unique movement behind you, if that makes sense. So yeah, like I respect that so much.
we're all about organic creation. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
we'll create songs in 5 minutes, and then those are the ones that you'll end up hearing because that's really what's on our mind. Like, what's on
Yeah.
our mental is what we're really talking and living this shit. Like, it's all we like. For me, especially, like, I've been rapping for almost 13 years now.
whoa, that's a
And
long time.
I'm just starting to get this like snowballing momentum of success, quote unquote.
Yeah. Well, I actually showed my mom, who goes there, your song with Buku, and I actually got a question from my mom. By the way, she loves the music. She like usually she don't like hip hop or rap, but she likes melodic rap and more, down to earth, chill music. But she wanted me to ask if the face tats are real.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the tattoos are 100% real.
Yeah.
They are 100% real. And so there's 5 total.
Got
I have a cross on my forehead for the death of religion. I have a heart by my eye for the death of love.
yeah.
I have my zodiac symbol in the middle of my forehead, which I am a Capricorn.
Yeah.
And then I have Buku under my eye, and then 22.
Yeah. You believe in astrology then?
I do, but not like the
Yeah.
corny astrology that everyone like makes memes about.
Yeah.
I learned
Yeah.
about this thing called a natal chart, and you have like basically, so there's a symbol that has been created that like the second down to the second you were born, the
Yeah.
universe created like like a timestamp basically that you are now here,
Yeah.
and it breaks everyone up into you can be either like I don't know. I can't remember all the different things you could be, but I have something called the planetary white dog, and it's like these weird 2 dots. It looks like some mathematical symbol, but I don't know. It's really interesting because it broke down to a T, like not even just personality traits. It broke down like almost aspirations that I had, almost like weirdly, like how like Nardwar when he interviews stuff and people
Bro,
are like,
I
"Yo,
love
you know too
Nardwar.
much." Like,
I love Nardwar. He's such a big inspiration to me.
oh, dude, he's a legend.
Such a big
Legend.
legend. Do. I love that guy. Absolutely love that
Exactly.
guy. But like, are you an atheist as well with the death of religion tattoo, or what did you say?
I used to be mad into the religious scene. Like my pops used to be a preacher.
Wow.
I used to go on mission trips. I went to Jamaica. I went to clean up in New Orleans when Hurricane Katrina happened.
Yeah.
I built schools. Like I was pouring concrete. Like I was really doing this shit, like trying to help other people.
Yeah.
And then like I took a step back and like my family would be on like how like when kids buy, like everyone in the class buys their classmate like someone who's less fortunate, they buy them a toy or whatever at Christmas
yeah.
time.
Yeah.
My family was on those lists. So I'm sitting in class looking at what they're gonna get my sister.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like I realized like, I can't be helping people. I need help. Like
Yeah.
like we were bottom barrel of the society where I'm from. And I learned that a lot of it was lies. The Bible is the exact same thing as the Quran and the Torah.
Yeah.
And in the Old Testament, and no one ever takes it literally, and it's just stories that have been passed down, but it mistranslated. So like the age, right? Like there's the age of Aquarius you've heard of, or the age of whoever.
Yeah.
The direct quote from Jesus that I will be with you until the end of the eon got translated to I will be with you until the end of the age, and it got translated down again to I will be with you until the end of days, which created the world's gonna end thing, but that's not even real. The world can't end. The earth has always been here and the earth always will be. So when I was 16, I learned just so many facts about religion that just made it like a crock of shit to me.
Yeah.
So now I mark it with the cross because it used to be such an important part of my life, and then it became so meaningless. But there are still aspects of it that like obviously be a good person. Don't don't treat people how you want to be treated. Love is a religion, I think. So I mean I use still elements of it in life, but more or less, yeah. I guess I'd say I'm an atheist. I don't know if there is a God.
Yeah.
But I think I think we're all God. I think basically, like, you ever seen the movie Bruce Almighty?
Yeah.
So that part where he's typing all the emails and it's all overwhelming, like how
Yeah.
much prayers. I think the job of God would be too overwhelming, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like, for lack of a better word, God killed himself by just separating into existence. Like the Big Bang was God spreading out into everything, into the stars, into dust, into sand, into glass or humans or whatever. And then each time something ceases to exist in this world, it's him, like, pulling his pieces back together.
Wow.
That's a weird theory, but that's what I personally believe.
Well, it's an interesting theory. I did not
To say
expect.
the least.
I did not expect such a deep answer from like such a short question, if that makes sense. But
Right,
like I appreciate that
right.
so much. That what like that's what makes interviews great. That's answers like these. So yeah, I think that's really
I think-
interesting.
For sure, dude. Because it would, like, I'm like that a lot. Like, you'll almost get you'll have to, like, oh shoot, I wasn't ready for all that. Like,
Yeah.
But that's by nature, that's me. Like, you walk up and see me, I got face tattoos. I got, I got to get down to the nitty gritty with people, because the people in my life who aren't deep or who can't get to that level or who think it's, weird to talk about that kind of stuff, they're
Yeah.
who need to get skipped. You feel me? Like,
Like,
they're if they can't see past the surface, then I've got no business with them.
Yeah, I can definitely I definitely understand that. Like you seem like such a good and nice person, and like you like my mom, she don't want me to get any tattoos at all, because she's like, oh, the message it sends and everything like that, which I kind of get, but really it's so much like people have to look beyond the surface in order to really get to know someone. So yeah, I definitely get
Exactly.
that. I definitely
And
get that.
tattoos, they're good for memory. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know about everyone, but my memory's not the best. Like, because trauma and all that stuff. Some memories I block out sometimes because of getting high. Stuff's gone.
Yeah.
But when I look at a certain tattoo, I can look and remember the exact feeling I was feeling when I got it. I can remember the day I got it. I can remember, what was going on in my life at that time.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's like almost like a scrapbook kind of just,
Yeah.
all stuff that is meaningful to me that I can just have on me forever. For example, my knuckles, these
Wow.
are the Naruto villages. And I've been watching Naruto for
Yeah.
17, 18 years. It's one of the biggest parts of my influence is Naruto. And,
Yeah.
I grew up with that. And, watching him get married recently, like, I was crying my eyes out. Like, I grew up with him, you know what I mean?
Mm.
So that's why, like, I would put the, the villages on my knuckles. I would ink into my skin Naruto content, because that's how much it means to me, if that
Yeah.
makes sense.
So yeah, like, are you a big fan of anime?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Like I just started getting into anime. Like I'm 19 years old currently, and I never really like gave anime a chance. But one of my friends, he told me to watch what's it called? The Notebook. No, Death Note. So, yeah, something like that. And I'm like, even though I couldn't remember the title, I actually think it's pretty good. And I'm currently looking for more shows to watch. What show would you recommend for me to watch?
Bro, I could drop a 900-page list on you right now, but if you're going for long term, like you want some like 700 plus episodes to kick back and watch through for a while, obviously I'd go Naruto. It's actually 3 series, because it's Naruto Shippuden, and now Boruto.
Yeah.
Or if you just want one to just go through quick and get the concept of it, Death Parade is really good. Tokyo Ghoul, obviously, Claymore, and I'd have to say one of my biggest is Attack on Titan, or probably Tokyo Ghoul. Yeah, Tokyo Ghoul is really good.
Yeah. Something that I really like about anime is that it's almost the same with music. There is such a big culture behind it, and so many people enjoy it, and you can it opens up so many conversations with people. So that's really what I think is amazing about anime. It's almost like
no, go ahead, sir.
Oh, well, I was going to say that anime is like music, and like even like tattoos, it's art, which is something with a deeper meaning. Like just like I never thought about what you said when with tattoos, that it makes you remember things. Like what I think is cool about tattoos and art and anime and music is that it's an artist's way to express themselves, which I think is amazing and brings a lot of deep conversations with a lot of very different people. So yeah, that's what I.
It'll connect people too, like, you know, like
exactly.
how you said, they're intertwined almost, music and anime, because people make those like AMVs and stuff where it's just, you know, anime fights to rap songs and stuff like that. And it's beautiful because they can in Japan, they are not actually allowed to have shows depicting humans doing anything, you know, less than, you know, like what's the word I'm looking for? Less than ideal, basically. So like a show like Law and Order, or a show where you know, humans are either, you know, committing crimes or having sex or anything like that, that's not legal in Japan.
Really?
So it creates, anime is what they use to let out, you know, where they can make a show about murder, or make a show about ghosts, or make a show about, you know, monsters or pilots, or, you know, what they have animes about basketball. You know, like they don't, Japan doesn't like their country being viewed in a light that's, you know, that's anything like kind of like how America is. People think America is just debauchery and, you know, you can do whatever the hell you want because that's pretty much that's what we give out.
Yeah.
But Japan has big views on their customs and traditions are very highly respected. So anime is the culture where they can, you know, let their freak flag fly, so to speak. Yeah.
Well, I actually didn't know there was such like meaningful or such a deep story behind anime. That's really cool, actually. That's pretty cool.
And I, like, when I found that, you know, religion was a crock of shit, I started watching animes that got into, you know, what does it mean to be a human? Like, there's this show, Parasite. That's it. Scrap everything else I said. Parasite.
That's the one I should watch.
Yes, that one is crazy because a parasite, in that world, it takes over humans' bodies and it eats other people. But it's not doing it for malicious intent or because it wants to kill. It's just trying to eat. It's just trying to survive. Same way humans are just on this planet. We're just trying to survive. Yeah. And the main character ends up becoming half parasite, half human. And at first, he doesn't feel like he's anything. He doesn't belong to either side. He doesn't know what it means to be a human. He doesn't know what it means to be a parasite. His emotions start going out. You know, I have mental health issues to where emotion to me, I don't feel it the same way others do. Like, I don't believe in right and wrong because my brain just can't comprehend it. Because, like, for example, a lion eating an antelope, it's good for the lion because he's getting something to eat. But it's bad for the antelope because it will die. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, but the perspective can flip, you know, and the antelope can run away and that's good. Or, you know, and then the lion starves. Yeah. So I think of morality is something I got from anime. Like, when I was really, really lost, I got found through darker animes that were, you know, answering the questions that I had. Yeah. Bro, that's deep, bro. That's so, like, I can't wait to watch that show though. It sounds pretty cool. I'm telling you, it's hype, bro. It'll definitely rattle your cage, make you think. Like, it's a beautiful thing. Like, even in Death Note, because if that did fall in your lap, whose name would you write down? You know what I mean? Like, let those shows make you think about more than just what the show is. You know, you like the show, you talk about it with your friends, but when the credits roll, you're like, damn, what would I do with that? Like, exactly. You know, and it's a beautiful thing to get people thinking. I don't think people think enough. Yeah, it's like that's so true. Like, I think it's like you can't avoid to think about who would like what name you would write in the Death Note, or even if you would write names in the Death Note. Right. Yeah, it really makes you think. Yeah. Yo, one thing I gotta ask you: what's the deal with the I don't know what is called the black thing on your head? It's called a bali or a balaclava. Balaclava. And while I was doing my research for the UK drill songs and the lingo and stuff, like, I didn't want it to be generic. I didn't want it to be how an American thinks a British person sounds. I wanted to tap in. So I really started doing a bunch of research, and I found out that like, the street or road life culture there is they don't really, it's not like color banging, you know what I'm saying? Like they'll just dress up in a winter coat looking normal as anything, and they'll wear these and they'll wear gloves. And so that means at night when they assault somebody, you couldn't even know the race of your attacker. They could pop out and do whatever they need to do, and then just go back home and nobody knows. And I respect that, because like when I was living the life that was less pretty, we would do flash robberies, to where I would take a disposable camera and I would hit it against my hand really hard, and it would do a flash. So that I would reach around the corner, pop out, flash, and then they don't know what's going on. And I'd take what I want, hit them, and leave. And then before they can even see, I'm gone. So I related to that. And they also, instead of drive-bys, they ride up on bikes, or they'll do it walking, and they slash and stab people instead of shooting, because guns are outlawed in the UK.
Yeah.
And here in America, everyone loves to, America shooting up the AK, yada yada. But I think it takes a different type of person to be able to stab.
Yeah.
And to because I was in prison, and when I was locked up, that separates the men from the boys. Anybody can close their eyes and pull the trigger, but can you put a lock, a padlock in a sock and swing it at somebody's head? Can you stab someone up in a chow line?
Yeah.
Like, who are you really? Like, it really show you who you are. And it reminds me of being locked up, and when I was in there, that's how we got down. So if you had a problem with somebody and you were going to really take it there, you had to be ready to take it there. Or you had to be ready to fight in the bathroom, or you had to any time, any place kind of shit. So when I was doing my research, I related to the kids that grow up in the streets in London or over there in the UK, because they were living the life kind of that I was living when I was back in the shits.
Yeah. Did they
I just fell in love with the mask. It's cool too, because I can hide. Like before, I have face tattoos. I'm a very, very noticeable face when you see it.
Yeah.
But when I'm in this John, you feel me? If I got a parka hoodied up, you know what I mean? I can run right up and then, do my business and get moving. No one's gonna even know. Yeah. And then I also got good at carrying the machete right.
What the fuck?
Exactly.
You had that the whole time. You had that on you the whole time.
Exactly. It's just on my waistband. Like I learned how to walk with it. Like my girl can even walk with them. Like she can just have it just sitting in her jeans and nobody notices. Like
So you just
that's I'm ready to get it at any minute. You feel me?
Yeah. So you just have a machete on you at all times.
Pretty much.
Hey.
Some type of dipper.
Yeah,
some
well,
type of lane.
I guess that can be useful in different ways. Like if you get run up on, yay.
Especially too, because in this day and age, people are crazy. People will do, you can't really predict. And I'm never gonna judge anybody. I'm never gonna think, oh, look at him, he ain't about nothing. Like that's the reason why, you never could guess that I have a machete in my gym shorts. Like, so I don't judge people, and I gotta be ready just in case. Because I'm a felon, I can't own a gun, but I'm gonna swing this knife in a figure 8.
Why did you pick a machete instead of just a smaller, more discreet knife?
Well, I carry all the time. This is a Smith & Wesson kind of a dagger. It's more like a tactical knife. Comes like a clip on it and stuff. The machete is not really what I would carry normally every day. I normally carry the other two, but I can carry it because in the UK, that's how they get down. They call Rambos, which is or a Ramsey, which is it's a machete or a Bowie knife, and they use the big ass knives. They'll ride up on Ped and just wet them on down. Like that's just how they do it. And I fell in love with what they were preaching over there, and I got with it. So, you know what I mean? I didn't want to just pretend like. No. If somebody plopped me down there, I'd be all right.
Yeah. Damn. Is like our weapons, are they just like common just to carry around in America? It's
It
mostly
is
but
common.
it's mostly just guns though, right?
Yeah, I mean, in places like Florida, there's assault rifles are common. You know,
Really?
it's just gun world down there. Like, that's just where it is. You know what I mean? Somebody will send 30 shots at your car. That's just a normal thing to do.
Yeah. That's
Mhm.
just that's so different from what I'm used to. In Denmark, like I've never even met a person who owns a gun, to be honest. I've never
Um,
carried a knife. Like the only like weapon that I carry, like I got a I don't know what it's called. You know, one of the bags that you carry around here, right? Yeah, and I got like
uh-huh.
I don't know what it's called. It's like one of the hammers you use to smash windows with in the bus.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
only
yeah,
weapon
yeah.
that I really got to carry around, and I've never even had to use it before. So like you carrying around a machete and people carrying guns in America, that's such a like different world to me. That's so crazy. But isn't it quite, I don't know what to say, but like sorry, I don't know how to say it, but is it like scary or you know?
It depends because there's two different ways that I look at it, but a lot of people here try to act like they're gangster 24/7, you
Yeah.
know, and that they're always hard. Like, I'll be riding the bus with my grandma or something, and then someone's looking at me like, you know, he's just sitting there holding the thing, like just looking, like standing there at the stop, like, "Ooh, I'm gonna get him," like, and I'll while he stares at me like that, I'll say, "Yo, what's up? I'm gonna
Yeah.
get off on this stop right now. Like, I'm not gonna hear this. I'm not gonna sit there and let you try to intimidate me." You
Mm.
know, I've been in situations where I knew I was gonna lose, looking at some dude way bigger than me, like, all right, let's go. You know, knowing I'm gonna get my ass whooped. But it's the difference between being ready for it and pretending. You know,
Yeah.
that's the reason why is because, you know, I'm not gonna act like I'm the hardest individual out there, but I'm ready to hit you with this shit. Like, you know,
Yeah.
I'm not scared. I'm not gonna hesitate. I'm not gonna, you know, I can smile and laugh, but if it has to go there, we can send it there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I'm gonna protect me and I'm gonna protect mine. If someone looks at my girl wrong, you know, they might get sliced, you know. But I also, even if I had no weapons on me, my attitude wouldn't change. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Like I said, you know, I say in one of my songs, I say, swing, shoot, or stab. I give a new meaning to triple S's. It's like the Balenciaga triple S's. Like, that's how
Yeah.
I live. Like, you know, we grew up fighting where I'm from. The Buku boys, we grew up fighting. They used to just like Mose. Like, I fought him before. He's big as hell. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? He stuck me in my chin one time because he didn't like what I was doing. So, you know,
Damn.
that's just how. And we went right back to just being normal after that. You know, it's
Yeah.
just people put too much weight and too much importance behind, you know, their respect and their rep, and they're too afraid to get beat up, so they'll come back and shoot. Like, I don't believe in none of that. Like, you know, you gotta take your ass beating sometimes, you know. And if
Yeah.
you've never gotten your ass beat, you don't deserve to be living or talking about the life you say you're living, because everyone's lost. You know, you can't win every fight. That's just foolish.
Yeah. Definitely. Well, but like, what about music? How did you initially get into that?
Music, my boy TJC, he had introduced me to, you know, like a deeper um a deeper chapter of rap that I wasn't used to. So
Yeah.
before, I was just a music nerd, you know what I mean? Like, I love every genre, from, you know, rock to country music to, you know, I just love music. I'll sit there and listen to scores of Disney movies, and I'll listen to jazz, and I'll listen to, you know, like, I literally just this morning found a girl from the Netherlands that raps with the 3 6 Mafia kind of style, and I fucking
Wow.
love it. But I was just really into music, and then when I started hanging around the Buku boys, we would start with just like beats banging on tables, just like that,
Yeah.
you know, that just at the lunch table type shit. And that's, you know, we were just rapping, and then just ever since then, from the basement of TJC's house, I just kept up with it. And then I got the studio for the first time, and just, you know, it was on from there. I fell in love with it because I believe that everyone was put on this world for something, but
Yeah.
the world's not going to tell you what it's for. You got to create the meaning, you know?
Yeah. I
And I
definitely get
feel
you.
like the only reason I'm alive is because I got some shit to say into a microphone, you know?
Yeah.
Like sometimes I go into the booth and just scream. Like it'll be my way to like journal basically. Like I'll just let out emotions, or when I'm sad, I'll make sad songs. When I'm happy, I'll make happy songs. Or when I'm feeling like I'm the shit, I'll grab my nuts and start rapping. Like, you know. But that's just more or less how I got into it. It was I used my intellect and my creativity. I would just blend them into. It went from at first like Dr. Seuss types raps, like, you know, yeah, I'm in the back, you know, I got the Mac. Like it was corny as shit in the beginning.
Yeah.
But I just got good at it over time. Like I said, I've been doing it for almost 13 years now, so you'd think I get at least a little good.
Yeah. But did you start making music back in school?
Yeah, we back then no one believed us too. It was crazy because I have a really amazing story that I used to walk into class every day, you know, headphones on. I'm just not looking at anybody, doing my thing, rapping to myself.
Yeah, I do the same thing. I do the same thing.
That's what's up. I knew I liked you. But I used to do that every day, and she would say like, "Yo, what are you doing? You're never gonna be a rapper. No one from here is ever gonna yada yada yada." You know, always trying to be negative and down me. And then I ended up like 5 years later, I headlined a show in Philadelphia, and I didn't think the crowd was hype enough for me, so I jumped off the stage and then jumped onto the bar and ran down the other side of the bar. So then the people in the back were now in the front row. Like switched the whole thing around, and I looked at her face, and she was just like, "What the hell?" Like she could see that I wasn't the kid in her class. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that I really was the person who I said I was. Like I used to envision myself with face tats when I was in 6th grade. Like I would draw them on all my photos. Like I always imagined being who I am now, which is it's kind of powerful when I think about it, because
it is.
I had a lot of identity crises when I was younger. I went by 90 different rap names, like, you know, and it snowballed into, you know, getting better. Our first released project, I'm pretty sure it was in 2014. One of the first songs we like recorded and put out was when I was still in high school. But I've been making music the whole time. My boy TJC, his first song, he was like, I think he was in like 3rd grade.
Damn.
He was talking about, he was young with it.
That's hella young.
Had the software, and he got him on it, and then, you know, I got introduced to him, and me and him just, we vibed. I got everything to Mose and to TJC. I'm the most grateful to, because they taught me not necessarily how to rap, but they taught me how to approach it with my own oomph and my own finesse, basically, to where I could really talk some shit, and I get it from them too, because they, like, the same way I feel objectively about them, like how I think Mose is just an artist. Like even if I didn't know him, I'd be bumping his music because he's fucking great.
Really,
you know
is.
I mean? And I know that they have that same feeling about me, because we all manifested and worked on our craft together, and we like to touch those deeper levels of skill, and with like triple entendres, or with syllables or whole sentences that rhyme, or switching up rhyme patterns on purpose, or making stuff at the end of the song back to the first part thing that you said, like, or like I'm doing a song now that I have that I'm gonna record. Instead of like laying down vocals and then an ad lib in the background, I'm doing like a talk and answer, like I'm having a phone conversation with myself.
Ooh,
so like,
bro.
That song's gonna be crazy when that song comes out. Like it's like I lay something down, and then it'll be like a grainy telephone call, basically. Like, so, oh shit, you said what's up? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I love songs like that.
Gonna be something different,
bro. That's
we would always go for different concepts, like the interjecting rap, where people cut over each other back and forth. We'll do different samples, different types of rap, different all kinds of everything, and it was never will we ever, like, someone puts on a song in the whip and someone will be like, yo, what the fuck? Turn that shit off. It's more like, oh, wait, what's this? You know what I mean? Like, we hype each other up and accept differences, and we like people who speak their mind and stand on who they are. Like, I don't care if you're a weirdo. That makes me like you more, because you are, you know, you're not afraid to be you. I can't stand people when they aren't themselves.
Yeah. I agree.
Being yourself should be the easiest thing in the world. It's you. You don't got to do anything else but just be. Like, and that's how like I honed that into my rap, and it was like, you know, the greatest thing I could have ever done, because, you know, all the people in, you know, my high school could say I was trash all they wanted. Look at me right now. I'm doing an interview with a person from Denmark.
Exactly.
I was bigger than the scope of high school anyway, you know.
What type of kid were you? What would you like in high school? What type, like, did you get into trouble, or were you like a good student? What
Oh, dude,
what was
I
that?
was a complete dog shit student, man. Like, I would show up late. I was always high. I was always, you know, running my mouth, talking in the back of the class, playing with tech decks and desks, like.
Oh, I remember those.
And it was, I don't know, it was different every day I went, because sometimes I would be quiet and just draw in a notebook, or other times I'm trying to, you know, get at girls who are 4 grades older than me. Like, I don't know. I was kind of just a little shit. I definitely know that if I saw B now, I would be like, yo, who the fuck does this kid think he is? You know what I mean? Like, but I had moved around so many times. I went from, you know, school to school. Like, I went through like 7 different schools coming up from primary school, and like, I was a new kid almost every 2 years. So I didn't have time to care about if anybody liked me or not, or what,
Yeah.
like how I was perceived. I think I had way more going on with like the, you know, being in poverty in my home life to even care about what kids in school thought.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you know, I would wait until I got a job and I started buying a bunch of clothes to try to fit in, because everyone's a liar if they're talking about they don't care if they fit in or not. Like,
Yeah.
you know, every human wants acceptance. We're social creatures by nature. You know, you want to be around people. It's cool to dress up and then like to throw on your back to school outfit and go to, you know, from the summer and talk about what everyone did, and, you know, but I always had the what we call FOMO, which is called fear of missing out.
Yeah, I know that.
Good stuff was happening to somewhere else. You know, somebody else is getting all the texts. Somebody else is at the party. It was never me. But
yeah,
that's when, you know, we made Buku and we said, "Fuck it, we're the party." You know, and it was cool as shit, because people who would make fun of me and ridicule me in school would hit me up on Saturday for Xanax. So I'm like, all right, who's the real winner here?
yeah.
Y'all are over here on my job now.
Well, bro, honestly, I'm kind of like, I guess this has probably been one of the most, like, one of the deepest interviews I've had yet. Like, this is like, I just want to say shout out to you for giving so many deep answers, like so many, you know, answers that leaves room for thoughts. I really appreciate that. Do you want to go ahead and shout out some people? Yeah, to end this interview.
Yeah. Shout out Planet Zero.
Thank you, bro.
Foremost.
Thank you.
Shout out my woman, my better half, Caitlin Rose. Shout out my mans, the myth, the legend, Poppy Mole. Shout out
Definitely.
Buku TJC, Buku Dino, Buku Long, Buku fucking Crap, Buku fucking Little B, Rainy Day. Like, that list goes on and on, you feel me? But
Yeah.
I mean, shout out to everybody who's really doing them and really not giving a fuck about what anybody else thinks. And shout out to everybody in the UK. Actually, let me fine tune that. Shout out motherfucking Harry. Shout out fucking Hellraiser. Shout out fucking Mantra. Shout out fucking Kid Kunai. Shit, I'll talk all day about my shout outs. I love giving love, man.
Yeah.
My whole
As you
career was
should.
built
As
on
you should.
giving love.
Shout out to the machete. Shout out to the knives, and shout out to
Shout out to the fucking
22.
lives.
Shout out to the whole of Bugu. Shout out to 22. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. It has been such a great experience for me. I hope it's been great for you as well. To everybody watching
I
this,
know, bro.
go ahead, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, check us out on Instagram. Go in the description, because 22's links, they will all be there. Go check him out. He got like dope music. Yeah, that's all for now. See you guys later. Bro,
Thank you.